Hey, my name is Kaylin Calendar, and I'm the naturalist here at Lake Hope State Park. Today we're going to talk a little bit about how to do some introductory level paddling on a stand-up paddleboard. So let me show you. Okay, so the first thing you need to figure out is how to get on your board. It's very easy. What you're going to do when you set your board into the water is put the tail end in the water first, and make sure that that fin underneath is free and clear and not touching anything, even when you get on your board. The next thing that you want to do is take your leash and wrap it around your dominant side of your ankle. So for me, that's my right leg. So to get on your board, you're going to scoot it out into the water so it's floating. And you're going to center yourself at the board where the handle is. Put two hands flat on the grip, and then one knee at a time, you're going to prop yourself up on the board. And turn facing the nose. So to stand up, again, you want to make sure that you're centered on the handle on your board. What you're going to do is place your hands flat on the board in front of you with your paddle perpendicular on the board in front of you as well. Curl your toes in, and then 1 foot at a time, you're going to place it as close to where your knee is on the board as you can. And then at this point, make sure you pick your paddle up with you, and you're standing. To do a forward stroke, you're going to start with your paddle in the water, or the blade in the water up forward towards the nose, and you're going to draw a straight line along the rail back to where you're standing on the board. So to do a backward stroke, you're going to do the exact opposite. Put the blade in the water behind you, make sure your knees are slightly bent, and then draw a straight line along the rail up to where you're standing on the board. So while you have forward or backward momentum, and if you want to turn, you're going to use this next stroke. It's called a forward sweep, and what you want to do is lower your center of gravity by bending your knees a little deeper. You're going to start with the blade in the water up close to the nose, and instead of drawing a straight line along the rail, you're going to draw a curved line out and around your body. Alright, so just like the forward sweep, you can also do a backward sweep. Bend your knees and start behind you at the tail and go from a 6 o'clock to a 3 o'clock out and around. Just a nice arc on one side or on the other. So in the event that you do fall into the water, again, you're attached by the leash onto your paddleboard. So you want to center yourself like you were getting back on the shoreline, right here with the handle. Then what you're going to do under the water is you're going to scissor kick your legs, so you'll have one leg out in front of you and one leg behind you, and you're going to push them together back and forth so that you're creating upward momentum to get you back on the board. So once you pop up, you're going to have one hand on the handle, and the other hand is going to reach as far as it can over to the other side and grab a hold of that rail. So it's going to look hopefully something just like this. And then you're just going to kick and bring yourself back up onto your board. Center yourself over the handle, and then you can stand back up when you're ready. When you're on the water, you always want to take lots of water with you. You're dehydrating much faster than you would on land. You also want to make sure you're applying your sunscreen regularly, because you get a lot more sun on the water because of the reflection. And also, you want to make sure you keep your eyes peeled for bad weather. Another thing to keep in mind is you want to make sure you always have a PFD, or personal flotation device, with you. And when I say with you, I mean on your person. That's the best place that it can be. because in the case of an emergency, you're not going to have even just a second to go grab it from underneath the cubby. Finally, the best thing that you can do to save yourself in the case of an emergency is make sure that you file a float plan. Now, that's a really formal way of saying that you're telling somebody where you're going to be at and when you're supposed to be back, and also the contact number for the emergency services in the area that you're going to be floating in. I hope you learned a little bit about stand-up paddleboards and you come out to the park for one of my free programs, or you can also rent here at the park as well. Everyone, stay happy and healthy. We'll see you next time.